Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Right, it's Tuesday's request day. Today's map's requested by the creator over on Discord. Link to the Discord channel is in the description, and the one that pops up on the screen apparently is wrong, so I've got to update the graphics. I'll do that in the next week or so, but thanks for bringing it to my attention. Where were we? Ah yes, today's map. It's a bit clunky. It's vanilla. It's a bit clunky, but there's something about it. And that is the clunkiness has been embraced and celebrated actually within the map. I think you'll understand when we get down there at ground level. The creator never made a map before, which means
it's my first map.
It's the first time for a little while we've been able to use that one. And yeah, it's you know what? It's alright. It's okay, this one. Also okay is BonBonBingo. Link is in the description. Play along, click off the memes as we go. But before we do any of that, as always, it's time for the daily reminder. That's right, clicking that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. Today's map is Manta Island by BrunoSupremo. What a bold name that is. I do hope that's your real name in real life, because that's just amazing. Should be a professional boxer or something like that. Like, yeah, anyway, there's your start square. Start square looks very usable. So again, look at the clunkiness though. Terrain heights, again, it's kind of like a challenge style map, isn't it? And then you've got strong resources in a very usable ways as well, including lots of offshore oil. And then if you have Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, well, we've done pretty well with the fishing as well. I don't see any salmon, but let's not worry. Don't always have to have salmon, although nice salmon sandwich is quite nice. Off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, it's 100% vanilla. Not only that, we'll be using a 100% vanilla theme, unlike yesterday, which is the vanilla tropical theme, and we'll be using the realistic 1.2 LUT. Nicely written description as well, telling you about what the limitations of the maps are and the benefits as well, so do check that out. Now, you're going to have a look at this bridge section just before we get to this very first island. You're going to look at it and you're going to go, really? Oh, this is just not good. No, it's been embraced. You're going to see what I mean. That is not bad work. That is actually good work. Surprisingly, I'm saying that is good work. You'll see. Anyway, if we head on up and over, we have our first intersection here, and it's workable. It's fine. There's nothing to grumble about with that. The roads will pop in a moment. Again, edge of map, sometimes we get a little bit of this going on. But also, bridge section right here. So we go from elevated roads to bridge sections just before we hit the land. And this is consistent across the map, as we're going to see very shortly, because we're on a little an entry island. Tiny little grumble here. We do have some street light clipping right there, just through the underside. Street light clipping over this side doesn't actually hit the highway, so I normally let them go. And on a map like today's, where the clunkiness is embraced, I think we'd definitely let that one go. We'll probably actually let the street light clipping on the highway go as well, because this map isn't going to score specifically highly. It isn't. But again, that's not to say I don't appreciate, and I embrace this map myself personally. We've got, again, as we transfer from the island to the sea, another one of these bridge sections. It's consistent all the way across the map. And the highway is done to I say it's a good standard. It is a good standard highway. There's no other way of putting it. It's clean. It's like parallel road tool standards of highway. I don't know if it is parallel road tool, but it looks it. And then we've got over here, we've got a section of bridge in the middle of the ocean. Wonder what all that's about. Well, I'm sure regulars to What's Map will already know what goes on there. It doesn't really take a rocket scientist, does it? Anyway, we'll follow the this passage across the ocean and make landfall over here with another one of these bridge sections. And we're right into Start Square territory. Well, we've got an interesting intersection. I mean, we've got loop backs at each end. It's not pretty, but it is effective, and again, for what it is, it's been done to a good standard. We've got fairly flat land here. There's a little bit of a tiering effect going on, but it's very usable, and what slopes there are buildable into and around, so all good. And then we head off around the map. So the map is 9 tiles, and as you see, there are some hills and unbuildable areas on it. And then, of course, if you want to unlock extra tiles around the outside of the map, there are those outside islands, but I'd ignore those. I would say the challenge on this map is to do something special on the 9 tile square. And I think it's one of those maps that is... I would say it's a once through Let's Play. It might be a twice through Let's Play, where you do it once and you go, oh, I can do better than that. And then by the time you've done better than that on the second one, you're kind of bored with it. Well, that's kind of the case with a lot of maps, actually, where you'll do one build on a classic great map, and then you'll do a second one and you want to try another map anyway. So it kind of falls into that. Although I don't think this is a map that's going to keep you as busy as something like, say, Seahorse Islands or Bonbon Island. I had to throw that one in. I don't put my Bonbon Island in the same category as Seahorse Islands, but there you go. Anyway, down to, again, we're off the edge of the main buildable island now. And again, bridge section, elevated road, bridge section in the middle of the bridge, right there. I wonder what goes on through there. Any guesses? Any rocket scientists amongst you? It's just a question. Anybody ever study rocket science? Oh, don't worry about it if you haven't. If you did, why would you be playing Cities Skylines? You'd be playing that that one where you, oh, never mind. With the old derpy physics, sending rockets up. Funny. Anyway, and then off towards the edge of the map. Now, there's no rail on today's map, which means that once we hit the edge of the map, we will be going straight to the intermission. We'll come back and check for that water flow, which is good. And we'll be checking for the shipping, which is good. And then we'll be looking at some clunky bits of detailing, which again have been properly embraced. And anybody who saw the promo earlier, well, yeah, that isn't in this map. I'm sorry to let you down.
Have you never quite worked out how to use Ploppable Rico? And what the heck is Ploppable Rico anyway? Then you need the Beginner's Guide to Ploppable Rico by BonBonB. Click the information button below.
And so back to Manta Island by BrunoSupremo and shipping triangles. Now, they don't have those lovely curved effects, but while they look great, and there you go, shipping goes through these little bridge sections. You already knew that, didn't you? Yes, while the curved shipping lanes shipping triangles are pretty to look at, I don't think it really matters that much because the ships are not going to be doing sharp turns. Whole point of it is to stop ships from doing sharp turns. And so while, yes, it's always, it shows an extra level to have those curved shipping lanes, the fact that we've got these shipping triangles at all is enough. Look, we've even got air triangles. It's a little kite. Of course, it's in the air. Like, never mind. Water flow. We've got water spawn on one side of the map, and then as we go down past the start square and drop down to sea level, just to make sure we have motion in that ocean, you can see that we have it's medium strength and certainly good enough. We go across to the other side of the map, and we have water drain points over here, just sucking the water back in. So that's pushing the water across the map quite neatly. Good work. Right, so there's not too much to talk about in terms of the map design. What map design we have has been, again, has embraced the clunkiness. Like the ruggedness of this. Normally, it's a low score, and it is aesthetically, it's a low score. But on this particular map, it has been done, I would say, deliberately. And we'll find a spot in a few moments. Because look, we've got smooth coasts. You can see that this is not bad work because we have smooth slopes going on here. We've got smooth plateaus at the top with cliff edges. Clunky cliff edges, but they are deliberately done clunky cliff edges. This is all cool. This is all very cool indeed. And then if talking about, like I say, these clunky ridges here, right here, that is deliberately done. I'm calling credit here. I think it works. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. And maybe if we had a custom theme, the whole thing would look better. But plenty of buildable spaces. I mean, we've got the plateaus at the top. Even the plateaus on the top you can build on a 9-tile map, which is effectively what it says. You want plenty of options, and there are plenty of things going on. Right, let's look at some clunky detailing. There are a few bits we'll miss, but yes, it's an island map, so we're going to have a shipwreck somewhere, aren't we? Over here are the Essential Lighthouse. Isn't she lovely? And again, a clunky looking island. This really does sum up the map, the whole map, this one particular island. I don't hate it. I mean, I don't love it, but I don't hate it. And that's the important thing. Liking the way this has been done. This is like a diving area. I can just see that. It's been deliberately done to be a diving area. Yes, the promo did have feet popping out of the water. That was me in procedural objects just to make it look more interesting. If you don't see the promos, check the channel. The community page is on the channel. I do a promo most days. And yeah, anyway. And then, yeah, more clunky rock work around here. There are other little feature areas around. We'll check out one of them at the end of the show as well. But yeah, but what you're seeing is what there is to see, basically. Heading back down towards the start square because we have asset of the day to come. And this one is rather classy, I've got to say. It's the Suburban Homes Pack 1 by Chuckles. Very American-centric style suburban homes, these ones. So if you're doing an American build and you're looking for this sort of building, then I think Chuckles is going to be one of those creators to start following. Anyway, factoids because factoids, and given that we are on Manta Island, manta rays is today's factoid. Manta rays are calm and delicate animals with no aggressive behaviours. They are not predators. These gentle giants are filter feeders gliding through the ocean on their massive wings, feeding on microscopic plankton near the surface of the water. So there you go, manta rays. One of the first factoids I saw when I googled this one was manta rays can fly. And I'm thinking, no they can't. just no. I know they're a flying fish, but that would be silly. Anyway, Suburban Homes Pack 1 by Chuckles. Those are very nice indeed. And almost worth adding onto the island when I finally get back to it. Anyway, today's asset pack of the day. So anyway, right, it's map. It's a map. It's a map with like 9 tiles and a ravine and oh hang on, yes, and there's also like a little place for BonBon to settle right down here. I think it's been put in for me, I hope anyway. What do you think of today's map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewers' Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now in the top right hand corner of your screen or the link in the description and take you to the voting page where you can vote for free with a Facebook, Gmail, Apple or a Patreon account. But what do I think of today's map? Well, okay, aesthetically it's not pretty. The design isn't particularly exciting, but the design is... it's deliberately clunky. I think that the clunky... I'm going to actually reward the... This is a 2-star map for aesthetics, yeah? But I think the clunkiness has been deliberately done. And I like the way that it's been deliberately done. So I'm going to push it into 3 stars. For that reason only. But only just. Low 3. Detailing. It's not too much to talk about. There's nothing wrong with it. One single clipping street lamp. But nothing great about it either. So let's go down the middle with a middle 3. Gameplay. I'm going to reward this one for what it is. It works. Let's say it's a low 4-star map. Again, I think it's one that you play once. and maybe another one, but it should be good ones. Manta Island by BrunoSupremo. They've thought about it, they've planned it, they've structured it. We've got resources and fishing and a decent amount of buildable space on what is a limited amount of space. There's nothing really wrong with it, is there? Apart from it not being very pretty. But yeah, not bad for a first map. Not bad at all. Anyway, moving along, if you are still here, you're part of the 20 and out elites. Use the word of the day in the comments to score yourself some population points just for fun. Prove yourself that you are one of the people that make it to the very end. The very end, the very end, the very end, the very end of the show.